to the weekly roundup on SA Footballer TV. I'm Tommy Javor with Darcy Evans.
Hey TJ, how you going?
Fantastic, mate. Great live call on the weekend.
It was a great time.
Your tonsils were sublime. Of course, we're doing Div 1 now, reviewing round 9, previewing round 10, but that was a Div 6 game. It was still great footy, wasn't it?
Oh, massive crowd too. It's a good game of footy, massive crowd. Past Players Day, that helped as well. So,
following on from our efforts of Payneham and Tea Tree Gully, of course we're back at Tea Tree Gully later this year, and yeah, the live call is just starting to take shape nicely.
It is in North Haven in a few weeks.
Yes. Yeah, yes. 2 weeks time we will be at North Haven for a bit of fishing and a bit of a live call. Fantastic stuff. Now, congratulations to the state team as well. Also
Indeed.
victorious over the VAFL, or whatever the Victorian affiliate is called. They had a good win there under coach Sean Jackson.
Jacko again, he's doing very well. With the last few years he's been doing now, a couple of years he's been coach, 2 or 3 years, so no, well done. Baz Barrett, another Flins Park boy, helping him out as well, the assistant coach.
Jacko really impresses me. He's able to work with the elite, he's able to work with people who are definitely not elite as well. So,
Yeah,
on the Saturday morning. You like that?
Yeah.
A little crispy wick-whack. Alright, let's get on. It was an exciting weekend of results. I want to start at Payneham PNU, which is labelled the best non-final amateur league game ever seen by the president of Payneham. Pretty sure he was drunk, though. But we're going to start with Ross Trevor and Salisbury North, because this one was an absolute thriller. In the end, it was Ross Trevor at Campbelltown Memorial, 12-8-80, Salisbury North 11-9-75. For Ross Trevor was former Payneham boy Paul Fantasia with 4 goals. Aloisi with 2, a host of singles, including handsome Tom Hurley.
Is he?
He knows he's handsome. Holme, the 2-time medalist, was best on ground with Allen, Littler, Fantasia and Holland. But for Salisbury North, mate?
Yes, we've got Clinch with 4, Pape with 2, Wheatra, then we've got singles 2, 6 other players yet, then Morgante, Callum, Eichner, Evans and Clinch, the best players there. So
interesting to see Clinch there. He's been playing, it's only his second game for Salisbury North, played 1 game but caught up the state team. He's been a defender, kicked 4 on the weekend. I actually thought he wasn't going to be playing. I'd heard he came off during the state game, but obviously he came up well, so good luck to him, that's good news. Bit of a backstory as well, we've got the backstory on Clinchy. So he was at North Adelaide this year, has been released before the June 30th deadline. Now, well, I guess people probably want to know, how do you get this information? I just get information because I know stuff. He is stuck on 98 games for North from all reports, and went into the office with Josh Carr, said, am I a chance to get a league game this year? And he said, you're not in the plans, mate. So,
oh, is that right?
Sayonara. Now that actually happened, unlike a rumour I heard about Ben Nason earlier this weekend, which was absolute made up crap when someone quoted Nick Chickwidden. Don't quote people if you haven't actually spoken to them. There's my hot tip for other people out there. Really, really silly stuff, that. Funny enough, well, you know what? I'll just leave that alone. I just had to get that off my chest.
True story.
I don't like people quoting people and they haven't spoken to them. It's not really on. On to our next game, mate. We hope that Henley were going to break the duck at three-quarter time. At three-quarter time, it looked like it, didn't it?
12 at three-quarter time. Henley with 12-7-79 to Only Jets 10-8-68. So 11 points up. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be with Only Jets a 6-goal last quarter. So. And Henley didn't score a goal, so it was Only Jets 16-9-105 to Henley 12-10-82. So heart-wrenching again for Henley, up at three-quarter time with a chance not even a goal scored in the last quarter. So, but wasn't to be. So goal start with Only Jets. You could do Henley. So Heaslip with 6, Bag of 6 goals. Went harder with 5, Walk with 2, and Gill with 2. With Dicker just the single there. And best players Moss, Cabaz, Petch, Gill, Walk, and Heaslip.
Well, What Dog Luke Harder, a bit unlucky not to get in there with 5.
Yeah, that's right.
Did Heaslip get in there?
Heaslip got in the
he snuck in there.
The sixth player.
For Henley, a host of new names here, which is good to see. Geddes back kicking 2, along with Enright, Broughton and Lodge. They all kick 2. Enright, Broadbent in the best players, which is good to see him back in form. Schwartz, Broughton, Geddes and Davern Searcy, 2 dads there, doing good things down at Henley. And Henley, look, they must be getting close. They would have thought, even at half time, they're up by 14 points. They did everything right for the start of the game, and yeah, look, unfortunately, it wasn't to be. And it's a huge win for Unley Mercedes, because they moved for the first time this year outside the relegation zone.
Indeed. But good to see young Enright there, best players for Henley, son of Bob Enright, ex-West Torrens legend. So he was at Eagles, couldn't break it, so he's gone to Henley and playing Division 1. So well done.
Yeah. Our next game was. bit closer than we thought it would be because Adelaide Uni have been in good form as of late, and they continue that form. 10-10-70, an inaccurate Port District 7-13-55, a 15-point win to Uni. For Port District though, it was Perry with the only multiple with 2, 5 with singles. Heffernan, Coulthard, Wistra, Rosenhall, Gaffney, and Heath Pocock in the best players.
Again.
7th best, but still, you know,
Stuck in there,
you know,
absolutely.
good on you, Heathy. And I tell you, I looked at, and what I noticed, I watched the Port District Payneham game the week prior, or the game prior. Port District didn't have enough height, so obviously Pocock's come in with his height. He hasn't got much else going for him, so and he's done a good job. So well done, Heathy, and good to see Rosenthal back.
He'll tell you he's good looking.
Yeah, good looking rooster. Yeah. Rosenthal back as well. Missed the state game through injury, but he's a vital inclusion for Adelaide Uni, mate.
Yeah, we've got Roach with 2, Painter with 2, and Paynham's put the related there, so just singles to 5 other players. And then we've got the best players is Newman, just can't quite read here.
Aleski, Painter. Jack likes to put his 2 boys in the best players each week.
Why not? As you would.
Good on him. A huge game. This one was at Pertaringa. Teacher Gully had been poor the week before, the start before, but they weren't this time, mate.
I think we said last week on the show that they were going to come back with vengeance, and that they did against Goody Saints, 29-point, nearly 30-point winners. So it was Teacher Gully 12-18, so probably a little bit poor kicking there. So 90 points to Goody Saints 9-7-61. So goal scorers for Teacher Grade did share around with 12 goals. Melville with 2, Penny with 2, and then there was individuals to, you know, 7 8 other players there. And best players, Mascotta, he played well when we called that game. So Hand, Flynn, Schilling, and Waters.
For Goody Saints, there was doubles to Lakin, Gerling, and Kells, whilst Dempsey, Burgess, Gerling, Scar, and Evans were their better players. So a really good win there to Teachery Gully.
Come back with a vengeance, as they did.
And I think the top 3 are starting to just move apart from the rest of the group here. And our final game of the round we're going to look at again. I teased it before. President of Payneham suggesting it's the best game of amateur league footy he's ever seen. The scoreboard probably doesn't dictate that, but it was a huge win for Payneham. None of the media outlets tipped him. It was close all day, but Payneham eventually ran away in the last quarter with a 4-goal 5 last quarter. Payneham 11-16-82, Prince Alfred 9-12-66. A 16-point win there to the Falcons, which sees them go equal top, which is fantastic for the boys. You can do the PAC side of things, mate.
PAC scores, yeah. Seables with 4, Holm, and then individuals 2. He's got to be 6 other players there, so they spread around a bit. Best players for PAC, Brinsley, Gratz, Ellis, Perriman, Lackford, and Seables. So obviously Seables getting there with the 4 goals, as you would.
I did hear more than one person quote that it's the best amateur league list that's been seen at Prince Alfred this year, but best lists don't win premiership, teams win premiership, so hopefully Payneham can continue the good team footy. This week, though, it was a great share and a great spread. The Agarastos boys kicked 2 each. So, of course, Steve and Alan. Liam Davis kicked 2 and a host of singles. I'm going to read them anyway. Lukey Clark, Paul Chachi Lowe, my second favourite player at Payneham. Nick the Fist Bald, Mitch Cannon and Tyler Brimacombe. Whilst Matty Nye was our best player, along with Tyler Brimacombe. Tyler Brimacombe, he's a bit of a coach's enigma. Whenever I think he's best, he doesn't get in the best players, and vice versa. Liam Davis, Allegio, and Lukey Clark. So a huge win there to Payneham.
Certainly was. Equal top now of the PAC that just played.
Yeah, so and at the halfway mark, mate, it's very interesting reading all around. The goal kickers, Melville has shot away 13 ahead of everyone else with 39. Kamain on 26, Solly 23, Harder 23. Strato Agarostos, after winning the Div 1 reserve goal kicking with 40 something last year, on 23 already at the halfway mark. That's a huge season for a 19-year-old. That's great effort. And the ladder, mate?
Yeah, the ladder, obviously, PAC and Payneham already on top, as we just said. Teacher Grady, 1 game in the third, 1 game out in third, with Ross Trevor 2 games out, so they're sitting 4th. Adelaide Uni just in the 5 by 1 game over Goody Saints, who was 6th. Then we've got Salisbury North, Unley Jets, Port District, and Henley. So look, Henley, unfortunately, they're probably looking at moving down Division 2, so it's probably out of Unley Jets and Port District. Salisbury North there, they lost a few points because obviously indiscretion, so I did too. So.
It's alright. Interesting one, Salisbury North, just segue there. John Paynter, coach of Adelaide Uni, has predicted a Salisbury North and Prince Alfred grand final. We appreciated that little shot in the arm. Thanks for that, Jack. So they're sitting in 7th. They've got a bit of work to do, but obviously highly rated, the boys from Salisbury North.
That's it.
So, and they've got a good blend and very well coached under the new coach. So let's get on to this week's games, mate. First one is Goodwood and Unley Mercedes. Goodwood sit 6th, don't they? They do. And Only Mercedes, Only Mercedes, they've moved outside the relegation zone in 8th, but Goodwood will be too strong at home.
Sorry, yeah, certainly will be. So, mate, the iPads do the IT thing on me. So, like, absolutely good. Saints at home by a good margin.
Don't want to talk about Payneham too much because I tend to, I know. But Payneham now sitting, where are they? They're second, only percentage off top. Henley are well and truly bottom, 2.5 games off. It's a real danger game, absolute danger game. Henley are starting to get some of their better players back and I'm trying to talk about Geddes, Broadbent, starting to hit some form. And Henley could beat anyone on their day. So if Payneham don't come to play, they'll get done. But I don't think Gary McIntosh, it's not his first rodeo, so Payneham for mine. Yeah, and it won't be this week for Henley. So listen, Enright is coming good. He's only been out there for a month or so. But again, Payneham by a big margin. Salisbury North, I'm going to Salisbury North and Port District at Salisbury North. I predict Port District are going to get relegated. I said it a few weeks ago. Stand by it. Salisbury North will win and win well at Salisbury North. I agree. Yep, absolutely. Yep. Adelaide Uni and Prince Alfred at Uni Oval. The big improvers of the division are Adelaide Uni. They're at home this week. They'll get all the free kicks. Free kick Uni. I'm sorry, umpire. Darcy, you know why I like to kid. I never complain about umpires. How big is that news at the moment? But anyway. Which one? Oh, that's Brad Scott. You have done a Brad Scott, have I? No, Prince Alfred getting him at the wrong time. They're still very good last week. I think they'll bounce back and knock off Uni. They'll be too good. Agreed. Our match of the round, though, is 3rd versus 4th. It's at Pertering Oval. It's Teacheroo Gully and Ross Trevor, two of the highly fancied team in this division. Your thoughts? At Teacheroo Gully, they were very good when we saw them a few weeks back when we called the game. I think they'll do very close game, but I think Teacheroo Gully will be too good. I'm not sure if Teacheroo Gully in the last month have had their best 21 on the track for a game yet, but if they can get the likes of the big 5 in the middle sort of working together, Hans, Andrew, Koshel, and then is it Chiabi or what? Chibini, he was really good, and then there's the top-up players and the show-makers types and Melville and. Geez, they got a good list, haven't they? They have. Very good. All firing together, absolutely. One area I've always had a concern for is Ross Trevor's tools down back, and they'll need some good tools down back at Big Perteringa Oval. But their run is very good, Ross Trevor, so they're definitely a chance. Jacko might find something, but not this week. Absolutely. Teacheroo Gully, we agree? Agreed. We agree. Okay, it's been the Div 1 Weekly Roundup. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week. Absolutely. All right, see you later.